back to my channel. So today I'll be showing you how to make a kid's dress, and for that I'll be using this piece of fabric that I have left over, my scissors, tape and chalk. So let's get into the video. This is the fabric I'll be using for this. So I just folded it this way, and then I'm going to fold it because I'm going to be showing you the easiest way to make the dress, right? So the next thing I'm going to do is to fold it this way, and then I'm just going to check because the dress is supposed to be A-line dress, so it's going to be almost like fitted at the top and then it flares out this way. So I'm making this for a 3-year-old, so I'm just going to check the width of this, so like about 10, because the child is, so the widest part of the child is 22, so I'm going to be using, so the widest part I'm using is around the belly and the hip area, so that's what I'm using, which is 22. So what I'm going to do now is, this is a free dress, so the measurement doesn't really matter as long as it fits the child. So what I'm going to do now is to go around 7.5 inches here, and then come down this way by maybe 4 inches, because I'm going to fold this on itself, right, so that I can pass the elastic at the around the chest area. So from here I'm going to mark this, because I'm still going to fold this part, right? So this is the 4 inches mark here. I'm going to fold this on itself for the loop for elastic. So the next thing I'm going to do is hold this way and check the length of the dress now. So what I'm going to work with is 14, so that after I add the ruffle it will increase it to maybe 18. So I'm going to mark it at 14 right now. It depends on you to know like how, because you know you're supposed to measure the child from above the chest, above the bust, to where you want the dress to be, and then you know how many inches you want your flair to be, the ruffle at the end. So I want the dress itself to be 14, and then plus my ruffle, that will be total length of around 18. So mine is going to be 13.5, right? But the 14 is plus half an inch for attaching the flare at the end here. I'm not going to give it any extra inches here. I'm only going to give it an extra half an inch for seam allowance to attach the ruffle at the end. So with this done, now what I have to do is to put this way and then mark it like an A-line. So this is what I'm going to do now. So I'm going to cut this out. So guys, I've gone ahead and cut this out. This is what it looks like after cutting it. So remember, the way it is now, I'm still going to fold this part, and that's why I made it straight, because if I went A-line all the way to the top, when I go to fold it, it won't fit in, it won't look nice. So that's why I made sure to make this part straight, so that I can be able to fold it and it will fit perfectly. So the first thing I'm going to do now when I go to sew is to close up the two sides and then fold this inwards here, fold it inside. So I'm just going to, okay, let me set this one aside. This here is for the straps, right? So I have 4 of them. I have 2 here, 2 here, so 1 on the right, 1 on the left. I'm going to fold it on itself and then flip it over. I'm going to fold it on itself. So I'm supposed to have 4, 2 for each side, 2 for each side. This is also 2 here. So this is about 3.5, or you can make yours 4 inches, so that when you fold it you have a bigger band. But I don't want to make mine so big because this is a 3-year-old. The shoulder is not that wide, so I don't want, when I tie it, it overshadows the whole thing. So that's why I made it a little bit smaller. And then this is my ruffle for the end of this dress. So this is going under the dress. This here I have about a 4.5. I decided to make the dress a little bit shorter, the ruffle. So I have about 4.5. But when you're making yours, just know once you fold this, so once you mark and fold this part, right, you know what you have left. For me, I have like 14 inches, half an inch is for my seam allowance. Then this here, you know how much you want to use for this, and then you add 1.5, 1 inch for folding the end, right, 1 inch for folding the end, and then the other half an inch is for attaching this part. So that's how you get your total length for the dress. So that is it for this. I'm going to join some parts of this and then come back. So guys, I've gone ahead and folded the waist here, the top part of this. So the next thing I have to do is I'm just going to go in here like this line here and just give it another stitch here, because on the picture it's obvious they use 2 elastics, but I'm not going to use 2 elastics because I don't want it too tight on the child. So I'm just going to go on top here and then just make a stitch, another stitch on this line, just to give it a little ruffle on top. So guys, I've gone ahead and ironed out this the strap. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go maybe 2 inches in or 2.5 inches in here. And anyway, I'm just going to bring it in. Or another way to figure out how much room you will need is to just fold your cloth this way and then mark in between, like the center for this part, the middle between this point and this point. So you're going to add the 4 belts like that. So 2 on the top part, 2 at the bottom part. So that's how I'm going to do it, 2 in front, 2 at the back. And then after that, I've already gone ahead and folded the end, like the end of this ruffle. So now what I'm going to do is to attach this at the end of the dress. And how I'm going to attach it is just to mark the center and then start from the front, because this will be the front here. So I'm going to start from this point here, and how I'm going to do it, I don't want to use gather. So what I'm going to use is pleat. So I'm just going to put it this way, right side of this here, facing the right side of the cloth. I'm going to hold it this way and then just keep pleating it. I'm just going to pleat and then sew, pleat, sew, pleat, just this way. I'm just going to be pleating it all the way. If you want, you could use gather and just gather it as you're going. If you're using gather, all you have to do is just to pull the fabric together this way and then keep sewing. But I'm going to use pleating. So I'm going to do that and come back. So guys, I've joined the dress. I'm just going to pass elastic through it now. So guys, I'm done with the dress. So this is what it should look like. Thank you guys so much for watching. See, look at the neckline that I was talking about here. As you can see, it has the ruffle here. It has the ruffle. When you pull it together, you could see the ruffle on top. So yeah. So thank you guys so much for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. Bye.